Hello there, trees. How are you? Yes, it's Wednesday, and I'm a little late. Sorry. Um, I was at Papa's tonight doing card readings and came home a little early. There wasn't a lot going on, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens. So I get to do the weekly card reading. Yay! Here we go. And yes, I am wearing my Halloween pajamas because why not? I like them. They're comfy. And that's all there is to it. Okay. So we are sufficiently shuffled. Getting my three piles here. It's number two today. Number two pile we take from. Oh, we've had this one before. Why? 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 That is such a universal question, isn't it? It's what little children ask all the time. When we tell them something, they say, why? Why? We all want to know why. Don't we? We do. We all want to know why. Let's see. This is very interesting. It almost looks like a shaman type reaching for a book with wings. So, what this is saying to me, sorry, something just popped up. I don't know what that is. But what this is saying to me, it's like find your why. Find your why. What is your why? Why do you want to serve if that's what you want to do? Why do you want to be healthy? Why do you want to talk to people? What is your why? Now, the only way to find that out really is to ask yourself. And that means going pretty deep sometimes, right? A lot of times we do things without knowing why we do them. And it all comes down to stuff from either past in this life or past in other lifetimes, things that we haven't dealt with, things that we haven't looked at, things that we have stuffed down and tried to pretend, or not even pretend, try to forget that they happened or that they affected us in some way. That doesn't really work when you think about it, because it comes up in different ways and it will come out in perhaps ways that are damaging, not just to your psyche, but to others. So, why is a really excellent question. Why do I, let's put the shoe on the other foot, I guess, to say. I don't know. But, why am I angry? Why am I sad? Why am I happy? Why do I always make jokes? Why do I talk down to myself? Why do I get jealous? Why do I envy? Why do I feel like I'm not good enough? That's a good one, right? Why do I feel that I am less than? And again, the answers to these questions can only be found within, with looking at the things that really affect us in ways that we may not want to admit. But it's important. It's important to look at these things, to bring them out into the light. This is why we call it shadow work, because we're taking that stuff that lives in the dark of our soul in the shadows, and we bring it out into the light so that we can look at it, really look at it, and see it for what it really truly is. And by doing that, we can release a lot of the angst, anger, sadness, betrayal. We can release that. Let that go. Let some other entity handle that and make it into something that's beautiful. Because obviously, we are unable to do that. But there are other energies, other entities that can take this, for the want of a better word, this rot that has been living within us and use it as fertilizer for something else. Ooh, I like that. Yeah. So that is the essence of shadow work. It's getting down to that stuff that we really don't want to look at. We keep it buried. We keep it in the dark. We keep it in the shadows. Bringing it out, looking at it. And the lovely thing about bringing things into the light, excuse me, is that when we do that, we see that it's not really as terrifying in the light as it was in the shadow. It's not as demoralizing. It's not as defeating. When we bring it out to the light, we can put it into its proper perspective, its proper place, where it belongs. It doesn't belong down deep in our emotional pit. It doesn't belong there. Get rid of it. It doesn't do you any good. I promise you, it doesn't. So that's our card. Why? Why haven't you done your shadow work? Why don't we want to do that? It's hard. I know it's hard. But you know what? It's not as hard as we think it is. It really isn't. It's not as hard as we think it is. Yes, it takes emotional toll. It does. But it also gives emotional release. And that, my dear friends, my dear trees, that is worth everything. It truly, truly is. So that is our card for the coming week. Why? And I have to say that there is, and I'm sure you've all felt it, this amazing energy that has been hurled down upon us and made us feel all different sorts of crazy ways. But know that you are not alone in this. Okay, it's a transition that's happening. It's meant to be happening now, but it's not forever. It's temporary. Okay, this is a temporary state of being. This energy that's come in, and it's a perfect time to look at why we are going through this at this moment in time. Yeah. Why? Let's look at why. And I know in my heart of hearts, what the heck is that? I don't know. Anyway, but I know deep down that what is coming as a result of all this wackadoo energy that's been thrown down and that has made us question things and made us wonder why, that as a result of that, we are going to be blessed in ways that we can't even imagine. It's going to be awesome. Awesome. So, find your why. Find a couple of whys. There's plenty of them. Find them. and then move them along because they don't need any more of your time or energy. Mm, Okay, so I hope this helped. I hope everyone has a wonderful week. Sunday night again, group blah, 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 group meditation. Also, this Sunday is the third. I want to say the third um, class in developing your psychic abilities. Was supposed to be 2 weeks ago, but people couldn't make it, so I rescheduled it. So it's this coming Sunday. If you haven't signed up yet, it's $10 a class. There are 5 classes. Just because you've missed the first 2 doesn't mean that you can't benefit from what we're doing. Okay? All right. So that's what I have for you. Oh, by the way, we were using the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. Sorry. And I love this deck. And that is what I have to share with you this week. So I hope everyone's doing well. I hope you have an amazing week. And please live blessed because you are. You really, truly are. All right. I'll talk to you next week. Bye.